MC170. Wireless communication hubs are to be replaced every 50 cycles. MC313. Cryofluid additives may be considered in dire emergencies only. This overrides MC312. Part of your maintenance routine includes validating the output of every ship system, and the report from today is concerning. A significant drop in power output has been detected from the reactor, out of line with anything you'd expect. The RTG's power output always drops at an extremely predictable and linear rate, but this is a deep spike. Following procedure, you rerun your validation, getting the same result. You punch the data into your command module to start troubleshooting. Your command module reports that everything is functioning normally. Your instructions are to do nothing. Garzy! Hello! Welcome on by! And Skittles and Glottal. Hello, hello, hello. Old Max! Gee whiz! So many cool people stopping on by. Hello! Gomsy. I hope you had a fantastic time in Citizen Sleeper. I hope you finally polished that off so you can start in on the second one. But streaming is hard work. So if you got a raid and run, that's no scale off my tail. At the very least, though, I implore you, stand up, wiggle it out, leave a piss, take a water. Probably piss, like, not in the cryopods. You know, we need to keep those pretty purified with all the nutrient systems. You could probably piss in, like, the reactor core. I think the radiation will boil that off and everything will be fine. Nothing to worry about if you piss over there. It's okay. But yeah, if y'all don't know Gobsy, or you came over from Gobsy's and you forgot to give them a follow, fix that. All right, I pressed a button. Now all you have to do is press a button. You can check out that wonderful, definitely not a goblin, but hugs goblins, tentacled entity over there the next time they're streaming. Your heart just reminded you how big and squishy it is, and you need to go cry about community solidaria mushrooms. Aww. Well, Gobsy, I hope you have a wonderful catharsis, and take care. Have a good cry. And yes, mushrooms are delicious and amazing. If y'all are coming over here and don't know me, I am Dreki Draconic Serpent, Flightless Dragon, or simply Worm on the internet. We are cracking open Endless Dark for the first time today. It's been like a little roguelike, interesting sort of psychological game. We're on our first playthrough. So if you're aware of the game, please no spoilers. Kind of feeling things out. And we're just a robot maintaining a bunch of cryopods on a trip, and nothing bad happens. And our robot is very normal and very sane, and nothing bad could possibly go wrong. So it's fine. But as with Saturday games, there may be some heavy topics. In this one, I believe, because it's kind of a psychological, existential horror. There's mental stress events. So if you're not in a situation for catharsis, or you may be sensitive to mental situations, always take care of yourself first and foremost. I stream different things on different games. I hope to see you some other day. But anyway, I need to take a sip of my soda pop. And then we continue with this power drop. Crick, crack. All right. Contingency story arc. Oh, lovely. Abort contingency story arc. No, not the explosive drinks! No wonder the reactor went wrong! You're storing exploding drinks near it! They're heating up and combusting! Well, who am I to disregard a story arc? What is going on? Gravitational and radioactive. Nani the fuck? Huh? Huh? What? Okay. That's fine. Uh-huh. Okay. %? Investigate. You reach the reactor console, expecting to find some blaring alarm or other indication of a problem. All is quiet. A routine diagnostic reveals nothing. And a more detailed scan, along with an auditing of power output, to the previously asserting power drop is gone. Not just gone, but indeed the reactor indicates there's been a normal output for some time. There was no dip at all. Perhaps a false alarm, perhaps a quirk. Whatever the cause, it's no longer an issue. Ever heard of Doki Doki? Yeah, I'm aware of the Doki Doki Literature Club. Very interesting how that goes meta. I think there was another game recently that's very Doki Doki-esque or inspired that kind of was making it rounds of people streaming it. Played it blind? Ooh, yeah, that's a head twister. Another good one is what was it? Hold on, I gotta look through my games. I played it last year. It was an icon that would jump out at me if I could just bloody well see it. That's this year. One Shot. The caveat that One Shot is older, and so you definitely need to be aware, especially if you're streaming it, of some of the stuff it does, just so you don't accidentally show file system stuff. I liked One Shot. I've been told there's like an alternate ending, but I don't know. The way the game ended, I thought was pretty satisfying where it was, and it didn't really indicate there was more to look for. In a way I find valid. How do I clean the leak in the reactor? Oh, right, it's that leak. Okay. Well, first, let's power on the shields. We're not in an EMP thing, so let's switch over to our kinetic module. Power on. Good. Good. Now we'll clean the leak so we can get some of that stress and fatigue reduction. I guess we can emergency repair. Entropy. We can't look outside. We don't have the thing that'll protect us from the radiation. We don't even have that schematic to make. Yeah, we can't even make that schematic. Wow, that makes so much stress. How does making machine parts create stress? That's my question. It is a little, like, if I go to load schematics, I can't... It doesn't seem like there's a way to cancel from this window. I have to select something and then immediately move. Which does kind of... little touchy. Checking on the cryo personages. I think this is a last name day. We got 1, 5, 10. Whoa! 10. 3, 6, 8, 9, 7, 2, 4. Okay, we viewed everything. We have a lot of fatigue to play with. Can't power on, I think. I think... disables navigation, yeah. We don't have the radiation hardening module. We're kind of SOL. I think we just have to continue on. I load a schematic. Oh, I guess I could overclock something. We need to make up for that speed we lost. I think this can't be powered on, so there's no reason to overclock that. I guess I can overclock this just so we get more machine parts. I don't think it'll be very bad to have extra machine parts. Nice. Coolant levels, nominal. Let's end turn. Well, hold on. Outputting 8, 6 is being used, -2 from damage. All right. End turn. MC 6. Vessel floor plan changes are prohibited. MC 171. Wireless communications are to use 5 gigahertz connection. Okay. Oh, now we got EM and radiation. Authority. For you, Thor 1T. Your boot cycle is interrupted. Is interrupted by an alien awareness. Little typo. Hundreds of viewports spread before you. A bank of security cameras unfolding in your mind's eye. Some sick glitch has linked your optics to the CCTV sensors. You have a view of everywhere at once. You can catch all manner of ne'er-do-wells mucking about. Except there definitely aren't any. Also, your designation is still custodian. One robot can't do 2 jobs, especially when custodian is already about 10 jobs to begin with. The ship's automated systems may revoke your custodial access soon if you do not do something. I am the law now! Run away from the responsibility. Double insanity? Damn. Try to negotiate for more resources with the increased responsibility! Look, you just gave me another job title. Like, come on, doesn't that mean a promotion? But Robbie's a little yes bot. Just takes the abuse. Investigate how this occurred in the first place. So do we want to become cop bot? Panic. I want to click this one just for like role playing, but like, and also just to see what happens if I do a dislike decision. Is there something wrong with our replicator? Because right now, I already overclocked the replicator, and the replicator is in working condition. So this seems like it will do absolutely nothing for me except be a whole bunch of malice. But is this, like, did my replicator get damaged? I can't see. Oh, I can right click. There we go. No, our replicator looks to be fine. That would actually be something important to note, that you can minimize events and look around with the right mouse button. I guess let's investigate how this occurred in the first place. I don't like the sound of that. You black out all inputs and instead call up all holders, past and present, of the security permissions you have apparently been assigned. The permissions are, to put it mildly, well used. A long string of identifiers that seem blatantly wrong stretch back through countless cycles. 2 of them turn out to belong to the replicator, 1 to your door breakers. You query the IDs and the communication from the ship suddenly thanks you for your interest in the position of Chief Security Officer, but informs you your lack of responsiveness has disqualified you, which is precisely the message in the log for all the identifiers you just queried. This isn't some high privilege. The ship has just been throwing these permissions out for stars only know how long to try and find some dope stupid enough to respond. The reactor is, again, producing far less power than it should. And again, without any alarms or assertions of failure. This could be indicative of a total reactor failure. A total reactor failure would result in pods eventually going offline and the engines ceasing thrusts. An utter disaster, to say the least. You just disconnect from your charging unit and access all the code you hold related to reactor repair, including the more obscure ones, and prepare to work. Oh, reactor failure is the worst case scenario. Begin repairs immediately. Oh, fuck. Not good. Not good. Force it open. I forced it open. It will close again soon unless I repair the breaker. Investigating. More detailed examination of the reactor again suggests instrumentation issues, but something obvious strikes you. Powered output of the RTG does not match the ambient heat of the room. Your diagnostic code suggests an unexpected drop in heat output. SR90's half-life of 28.8 years rules the latter out, but it's a fact. The heat output of the reactor is off. Heat drops for 2 reasons: failure of the radioactive material, or heat being piped to elsewhere in the ship. The only way to know for sure which is at the moment would be to disconnect all load from the RTG and directly measure its output. Damage the reactor twice. Number crunching time. Use historical data to draw an estimate and work backward. Power output of an RTG is something you can calculate with precision. There's no real need to tinker with the reactor just yet. Trawling through historical records and many hours of historical simulations will suffice, hopefully in time to arrest whatever the issue is. You task your own internals with processing the data while you attend to other duties. It'll take you some time to arrive at the conclusion. Purging coolant? No, we need to force open the door. Uh-oh. Alright, force open the other door. Force open. Loading. Uh-oh. Your firmware provides lengthy documentation on how to withstand the pressures of custodianship. Unfortunately, your internal simulations were woefully inadequate in preparing you for the reality of the situation. You have reached your breaking point and are moments away from total system shutdown. You have a fleeting moment to circumvent a reboot, and that moment is now. What will you do? Oh boy! I think it's because we maxed out our stress. Yikes. Purge our neural network. Cord onto the ship computer. Oh, if we immediately end the turn. Adapt the stress to your own code. 3 levels of insanity. Oh boy. Emergency shutdown. Not good. Seek relief. Oh, we are not in a good time. We can only do inspiration once. Affected by lingering stress. The 1 insanity plus 30 psychosis. 3 insanity and 15 psychosis. Or 1 off. We're only a third of the way through our travels. I'm leery of burning our inspiration already. This gives us the most stress relief. The annoying part is I know we're going to get a bunch of stress relief from repairing things. So just the order of these operations I went in was bad. Let's purge our neural network. You can't let the perfect become the enemy of the good. Your neural network is resilient, and suppressing the bad thoughts now is more important than whatever firmware upgrades you may need later. That's right, just suppress it. Bury it deep down, Robbie. It's no big deal. I'm sure that lingering stress is no problem. Under pressure. We don't have a lot of pressure built up. System reactor. That fixes our thruster. I don't think we have any issues with our thruster. Let's save the pressure for later. Human resources. Recent discharge of an old capacitor has jostled a memory bank, temporarily scrambling some of your empathy routines. This has brought you a moment of clarity. Is life fungible? You have 2 conflicting mission imperatives in front of you. Ensure the safety of the passengers, and ensure the ship stays afloat. You do not have enough resources to do both. Unless, of course, there are fewer passengers around. For the greater good. You're afflicted by human resources. Killing a passenger removes all fatigue and stress. Well, hello, human resource specialist. I happen to think myself as a human resource specialist as well. Here, allow me to demonstrate. You have been selected for being let go. Downsized. Let off to, well, I'd say greener pastures. But the only green I see out the observation deck are the EMP Nebula. I'm sure those pastures will be good food to a popsicle like you, HR specialist. Bye-bye. All right. So, I need to fix the breaker, which I should have done first. Replace the breaker. Wait, now my pressure's at max instead of at minimum. What? Oh, maybe I misunderstood something when I was reading. Aw, we're sad. I don't think we're doing well, chat. Also, we need to put our EMP shielding on. We're in an EMP event. Just keep our iguana breeder alive. Exactly. We're gonna need... Yeah, we're gonna need the iguana meat or just, you know, iguana buddies. Iguaties. Repair the door. Perfect. Crawl into the reactor. How about I don't? Stop it. Let's repair the reactor. Where's Iggy Baby? Do you need her? Exactly. All right, power system's coming on. All right, now before we get slagged by everything else, we need to get cryo back online. I should check the thrusters. Power on. There we go. All right, so now we can avoid a lot of our worst case scenarios. Let's relieve some stress by repairing this door. Nice. While we're in cryo, let's do our check. Are we even or odd? Power on. Not what I meant to look at. I want to look at ship log. Cycle 9. Okay, we're on an odd cycle. So we need to go by last names. Sorrel, welcome on by. Crawl into pod. All right, that's kind of... Okay, bot. You do you, I guess. 1... 5. Stop tapping. View it. 10. 3. All right, bot. We can get through this. I believe in us. 6. 8. 9. 7. 2, 4. Hit me, the endless dark. Whenever you do an any % run and you get the filtration system. Also, we definitely need that replicator. Repair. Oh, we need some parts. All right, we'll just dismantle this. And... Power on. Okay. What if I use this? Why does it say it's offline? Alright, we'll just dismantle it. I need the parts. We need our factory to be going. Why did our stress go up and down? Or down then up? That was kind of odd. Okay, and we need to power on observation. Into the snag. No! Ah! Jaybird! No! Not the endless dark! Why have you done this to me?
You like jazz?
Yeah, our robot's making some jazz. They're a music bot. All right. I think we managed to get everything back into a stable state. We are not supremely fucked right now. I would like to move our ship upwards. But we are close to maxing out stress. Oh, we reduce stress by resting at below max fatigue. Noted. Oh, thank you for the Dreki drink. Alright, time for some brutal decisions. Granted, I could just decant someone. It is oh so tempting. It is tempting. But we're a good little bot. We're saving everyone. I'm sure if we end our turn, everything will be fine. I said if we end our turn, everything will be fine. I feel tapped out and deeply overworked. I feel unsound. Passengers are nominal, but no systems need attention. Power down. Okay. MC134. Ship is the owner of shipboard communications protocols. MC312. Cryofluid additives are strictly forbidden. MC29. Automated discharge of shield array and capacitors in event of an EMP storm is required. Hey, did y'all see something on the ship? I swear I just saw something crawling around on the ship. It's probably just my shadow. You know, the things have been going kind of weird of late. Okay, got our module. The immense pressure you are under has not gone unnoticed by you nor the ship. Okay, let's reduce our stress. After data analysis, you determine the problem is not the radioactive material. The reactor is producing heat, but the power is not reaching the ship's systems. Finding where it is going will require you to trace individual circuits, of which there are many, spending extended time near the RTG. Your chassis was not designed to withstand prolonged exposure to ionizing radiation. Getting that close will be dangerous, but you may not have enough time for a choice. I can use the replicator to build radiation shielding. But do I have the time? Okay, we can choose between stress and fatigue. Lovely. I like how we just reduced our stress and now it's gonna go up again. God damn it. We'll do the replicator. This game looks very interesting. It is. It has been quite delightful so far. And things are only just starting to get zany. Okay, thankfully we can reduce our stress through some of our repairs and such. We can kind of game this a little bit. The robot's not doing very great, unfortunately. turn into an aquarium. Oh, that's adorable. This human is now a fish. Repair. Move over, Socrates. Featherless bipeds are totally BC. Humans are now fish. Return to the sea. The porcine peoples will rise up again. All right, we're on an even day. 1, 5. The fact that I'm having all these various things of like, turn them into aquarium, crawl into the pod. I'm looking forward to exploring those on another run. This one, I'm trying to be a nice, responsible robot, trying to take care of the whole crew. But I feel like on some of the other bots, I might go a little bit more individualistic, a little more experimental, perhaps. 9, 4, 6, 2, 10, 8, 3, 7. All right. We're on 10, so we need to check all our breakers. Nope. All right. Okay. Use mission control reference. Oh, right. This is for the human decanting. Breaker security doors. Yoosh. Distressed groan. Music to my ears. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we need to assemble the radiation hardening. But at what cost? Duplicate self. $250 turns remaining. Nice. What's it gonna cost to build the radiation hardening? 4 parts. Not good. Is the replicator still overclocked? It is not. Not good. Okay, so let's overclock it again. Robbie's doing great. Fantastic. Yay. Okay. Shice. I needed to adjust up, didn't I? Yeah, let's adjust up. That way we'll have at least a couple turns without having to worry about upcoming hazards. We can also remove the EMP shielding. We can unequip this. We've used that module this cycle. Okay. Yeah, I thought I would have to do some module juggling, but I guess if things have been used, they're locked in. Interesting. Didn't realize that would happen. 100 points to book them. Oh, ich will have part on the boobs. Let's go ahead and EP Skleegies. Commit the log and power down. Uh-oh. MC248. Model Anelia is retired from service. Existing unit is designated Anelia Omega. MC107. Custodian unit is required to undertake maintenance when ordered. MC162. Unit Anelia is prohibited from obtaining positronic mainframes for experimentation. Interesting. Interesting. Why are we talking about the other robots? Are they just on this ship and deactivated? Are they in those closed off zones? Can I activate them? Will they activate themselves? All right. Let's build the radiation hardening. Can uninstall EMP shielding. Need to turn on shields. Makes sense. We had to flush things while in the EMP zone. Oh, but that means we need to power down something. Well, actually, we don't have anything upcoming. I think we can leave our shields off. I don't know what the tension wall means. What does it mean to be behind the tension wall? Increased stress because your mission's not going on order? Ooh. Ooh, those are some spooky noises. Love me the ambiance. Consume coolant. I don't think I will. Go ahead and overclock this. Don't you want some refreshing coolant? Delicious. Okay. Oh, there's a leak in observation. Good. We like leaks here. Both because Miku and also because it's a quick way to reduce stress. This is shields, Dreki, not observation. Did I hear something? I like how the ghost bots are like increasing in frequency. I'm sure that's fine and normal and we don't need to worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. All's fine in the world. What if you to purposely pull the drain coolant sabotage with the clean thing? I used to listen to a lot of dark ambiance. So like I can listen to this music like all day. Like, it's just, it scratches like a particular itch. It's very nice. I also like how the layers sometimes come in and out. All right, this is cycle 11, so we are on odds. A little discordant there. Nine, 4, 6, 2, 10, 8. I wonder if any of, like, you know, the visual glitches, I wonder if any of them will start like replacing things in here with different stuff, because that could be kind of funny. Like, even just quantity 1 meat popsicle. I feel like it's the perfect Fifth Element reference. All right, we have perceived everyone. I should check on the thrusters. All right, let's go look at the thrusters. That's the replicator. Where is the thrusters? OST's on Steam? Ooh, neat. There's 60 insanities in the game. You do the math on how fucked up things get. Inhale fumes. I don't think I will. Wait, this is the engine, not the thrusters. Can I even get to the thrusters? I don't think I can. The armored core. They have an armored core on here? Oh, hell yeah. We can be a robot inside of another robot. Oh, it wants me to crawl into the incinerator. Doesn't mean I'm turning it on. Maybe it's nice and cozy. Maybe this is a robot's natural habitat. I can't get my entire chassis inside. Sag. Robot doesn't fit. Well, time to EB Skiji. Task failed. Ass too fat. Yeah, this robot's been throwing it back. You know, all those robo repairs. You know, you're doing all them squats. You know, you get that dummy thick. Pretty sure that's how that works. It's like 2 kettlebells back there. MC 354. Corridor surveillance cameras to be operational at all times. MC 398. Automated valve test apparatus must communicate test results via wireless communication. Yeah, kettlebell ass cheeks. And then when they clap, they're just like, king, 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 king. Are you reaching the end of Endless? Oh, I guess I answered your question. I think we're like almost halfway through, and this is our first playthrough. Your central CPU is not a single unit, but rather a collection of processing cores, each capable of doing tasks independently. Something about that has you feeling off. You find yourself making all processors, execute the same code in parallel. You also find yourself needing to ensure each of your limbs has made the same number of adjustments, that you have repaired the same number of systems each cycle. This unusual symmetry is bleeding into everything you do, and quickly becoming a distraction. Odds are even? Well, those are even odds. Affected by dyspareunerophobia. Gain psychosis equal to your machine parts if we have an odd number of parts for 3 turns. Okay, so we need to go down to 0 or be even. Noted. If you don't have 248 center part, yeah, it feels bad. Yeah. Although the fact that it's talking about disconnected CPU, so it's making me think of Bobiverse, which is a very interesting book series, if anyone's not heard of it. The conceit is a person's brain was kind of uploaded into a computer, sort of like it was basically digitized, but it's like it was supposed to be used like for some government thing, and then something happened, whatnot, on Earth, and now like their mind is, you know, like an AI sort of a ship, and they're able to make duplications of the copy of their digital consciousness, but like they spread out, so all of them start as Bob, but just for various reasons and experiences, they start diverging in personality, and they like, it's not like Bob goes rogue ever, but it's a really interesting thing of how Bob is sort of like kind of trying to help humanity, but also being their own entity and, you know, exploring the universe as a digital life form and, you know, doing stuff. Although I suppose there's another book series that I still haven't gotten around to reading, the Murderbot Diaries, which I feel like might be more apropos to this game in some ways. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't read it. I've heard a lot of good things about it, though. But all those books are the most recent one? Nice. I think I'm missing the last 2. It's been a minute since I've done a rip through. I've been in the web novel pit for a while. But back to the game. Long-range sensors are reporting errors in their scans. You query them and find that their outward pings are being blocked in your forward arc. Query the spectral analyzer and feel a rare surge of excitement. The edge of a nebula is ahead. Your programming urges you to avoid it, but it could be beautiful. Do nothing. Disable shields and navigation for 3 turns. Oh, that's dangerous. Stress minus 30, though. Ooh. Follow your programming. Veer around it. A distance malice. Skirt it, but deploy a drone to watch it at a distance. Skirt it, but retool observation to record it. Overclock and lock observation for 3 turns. Okay. I think this is a good task to take, because we do need to use up parts. And I want to do a Robbie dislikes. I want to see what happens if I do that. Am I ready to go into the endless dark? No, Durangar, it's a nebula. We gotta watch the nebula. We'll just watch it. Oh, Durangar, you're not supposed to go to the nebula. What are you doing out there? Get back over here, you goober. It's dark in here. John in the Stark. No, Robbie, you are the darkness. And then Robbie became the dark. You've seen plenty of pictures of nebula in the reference materials on the computer core. There are no pictures of such fine detail, though. You spend more than a few quiet hours tracking individual clumps of space dust that, through their aimless journey, on the barely detachable solar winds that buffet them. You almost go so far as to name one cluster, only to abandon the idea when you find one somber session that it is broken up. Wait, spurious outputs from this... Huh? No, not that one. Navigation glitch. Please stay up. The coast is if you... Okay, so if we interact with navigation, we can have issues. Noted, noted. Go to bed soon, but I love seeing someone play this game. I'm proud of me. Ah, it's been a lot of fun. I didn't realize you did some writing for it. I appreciate you stopping on by. And I hope you have a wonderful, rejuvenating eep. All right, let's get our shields back online. Long way to go yet. Or... Hold on. Did I get the... No, the module's not finished building. MC200. Oh, missed that. Something about emergency egress. As part of the writing team, helped with a lot of these random events. Also stuff like Frank's self-improvement arcs. Interesting. Interesting. That's cool to hear. Did I need to actually look, or did it just need to be activated? I think it just needed to be activated. Not sure what overclocking observation is doing. The cryo has a stuck door. As well as take care of that. Repair. Nice. This is overclocked. We can't harden. Frank is the most fun to write for. Ship log. This is 12. Need to go even. 1. 5. 9. 4. 6. 2. 10, 8. 10. 8. Oh, thank you for the boobs, wireframes. Welcome on by. 3. And 9, 8, 7. Alright. Everyone's been perceived. We are good to go. I have a good bit of strat now. My wondering is the amount of stress reduced scale based off of fatigue, or is it just a flat lose X amount of stress if you are below max fatigue? If it scales the stress loss, I could just eat now. I don't think it does though. How's the dark endlessness? It's fine. Everything's fine. The reactor is having a malfunction. Let's not worry about it. Okay, if I put this on, and then we get machine parts. Damn. All right. Test that by using the preview. That is a good point. I do wish I could have like a number. It's like I can see how much is changing, but I can only see like the actual numbers if I click on it. Because there's not like I can see like the concrete. Could be something I can test and figure out though. Let's go ahead and end turn. I think next turn we'll get our radiation suit. And then we can try and fix the core. With navigation operational, we should get a whole bunch of stress reduction. NC 197. Fire response procedures shall include protocol for restricting airflow to affected zone. MC 278. Coolant leaks to instigate immediate deck-wide inspection. Okay, that's a lot of things that just happened. Reliability crisis. Cool. Reactor glitch. Great, and I need to do work on the reactor. Engine damaged. Also sucks. Our observation... No, we need observation deck up so we can get the stress reduction. Shice. Robbie is experiencing a reliability crisis. It has become a liability. Robbie will refuse to perform certain tasks until next cycle. Let's put on EMP shielding. For all the good it's gonna do me. Do I need to have... Maybe I need to have it open. Let's open the window. Control system is locked out. Great. What is this? This doesn't look good. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. Investigate. I won't do it. I don't think computers should be leaking gas like that. Something tells me that's a problem. Did he finish getting the radiation hardening? All right. You can put that in torso. Okay, uninstall EMP. So, radiation. And then... kinetic module, maybe? That's the wrong way. Dang it, Dreki. Navigation can't power on because of the EM storm. No, it affects shields. Actually, let's do the engine first. The reactor first, because that will give me my power back. Okay. Expose its service panel. Beneath the shielding panels of the reactor. lie the enormous conduits and emergency shunts that control power delivery around the ship. You grip the servos holding them in place and prepare to expose them. The intense heat begins making your sensors flare, but that is nothing compared to the electron bombardment causing errors in your memory banks. You can proceed at any time, but doing so without adequate protection for your chassis would be disastrous. I am protected. Proceed. Bathed in radiation, your chassis engages consensus protocols to keep you online. As you force the servos back into place, you feel the heat pattern change. It worked. Releasing your grip, optical sensors notice something out of place near the servo. A small electronic component. It almost looks like... Yes, it's an upgrade module. One designed to install into one of your very own upgrade slots. What could it possibly be doing here? As you put the shielding panels back into place, you pick up the module and examine it in detail. It's so delicate. What could it be? On inspection, the module is dangerously irradiated. It would otherwise be compatible with your chassis. You have no record of what its function is. Through a microscopic etching on the PCB reads, quite simply, memory core. With time, the radiation should dissipate, leaving the module safe to use. Reserve story arc, progress across games. Fascinating. I will leave it in my command pod for now. Interesting. Why do we still only have 6 power? How am I losing power? Why am I still losing power? We had 8 power. Why are we now down to 6? Damn it, robot! Why indeed? Listen here, you little shit! You know exactly why! Alright. We need to repair our engine. Repair completed. Okay. Doing okay. Ah! Damn it, Durangard! No! Why have you done this to me? Maybe it's just the void of space, but I swear I started seeing something. So strange. Reverse course? Well, let's go ahead and turn on navigation. Ooh, that's bad. We can just do dust storms. Let's adjust course down. I think there's a wisp of color that passed by. Interesting. There shouldn't be anything on this ship. I think I need a long time powering down. Wait, wasn't the nebula thing supposed to last for 3 turns? Maybe because it glitched? Okay, let's put on... Actually, we can just leave that open. And just leave the kinetic module on. Doggo woke up and gave him blem. Alright, so... we gotta keep our people alive. We're gonna take the glitch. We're trying to get all 10 of them! Go ahead and eat. Welcome to Ziggurat, Landrax. I hope you enjoy your time here. Let's go ahead and EP Skiji. Because we're at an even. Overclock! Don't do that. Go to sleep. Commit and power down. No! I forgot to observe the passengers! Fuck. I'm ruined!